Okay, I want to delete off the states other than Pennsylvania, but before I do that, I want to show you how to look for missing data. So let's just take no high school diploma. It's the number of people in each county with no high school diploma. If I left click on that F, it'll select the entire column. I go down and left click on this thing that says sum. It gives me the minimum and maximum. Look at that minimum. That means there's a county with negative 2,222 people without a high school diploma. That doesn't make sense at all. You can't have negative number of people in a county with no high school diploma. So that's clearly an indication of missing data, that negative number there. Same thing if we go to unemployed, click it. Notice we have a county, at least one county there with negative 9999 people unemployed, which doesn't make sense. That's their code for missing data. So that's how you spot the missing data. Now what I'm going to do is I'm left clicking on the 2. That selects the whole row. Scrolling down here using the scroll bar all the way to the Pennsylvania. Holding down Shift. Left clicking, that selects all the rows in between 2 and 2,242, and I'm going to delete those, or 3. Same thing with the states below Pennsylvania. Getting to the edge of the Pennsylvania data, holding down Shift, and clicking 169, right clicking and deleting the rows. So now I just have the Pennsylvania data. Notice as I scroll down, I lose track of what columns I'm in. I'd like to keep seeing those. So if I go up to View, Freeze, One Row, that lets me scroll through and I can still see these column headers. It also, some of the words get cut off, and I'd like to see the entire column header. So I'm going to click on one, go to Format, Text Wrapping, and Wrap. And now I'll be able to see the entire text that's in each one of those for Pennsylvania. So the other thing I wanted to show was the histogram. Let's just take a look at the histogram for population. Let's see, so if I click on that, I'm clicking on the E, left clicking on the E to select the whole column. I'm going to insert a chart. And right there, this is okay. So what it is every county on there, I have the population. So this is going to start with Adams County, which is pretty small, then go up to Allegheny, which is that large one. I'm guessing that one's Philadelphia right there. But if I go here and select the histogram, it'll give me a chart like this. And it's a little harder to figure out what's going on here at first. But notice here this x-axis. This is what's going to be representing my population. So this is populations between 0 and 193,750. So there are 49 counties in Pennsylvania that have populations between 0 and 194,000 basically. You can also see up here in between 1.4 million and 1.6 million, we have only one county, that would be Philadelphia. And I think this one right here, we'd have to check and see. There's another county in Pennsylvania that's very high. One thing I might want to do if I want to find that county is sort. I'm going to show you an even better way to sort. If I hold down, click and drag across all the columns, and then I select this one right here. This is called a filter. Create new filter view. The nice thing about this filter is I could click on any column. Let's say the population is what I was looking at. There's an arrow there. If I click on it, A to Z is like low to high, Z to A is high to low. I'd like to see those high counties right there. So it was Allegheny County was that second highest county in Pennsylvania. Notice that all the counties are now sorted in order of population. And that means that Cameron County, Pennsylvania, is the smallest in the entire state with 5,300 people, at least as of 2009. And I could do a similar thing for high school diplomas. Let's sort low to high this time. Cameron also has the lowest number of high school diplomas. And what we might want to know there is the rate. And that's something I think I showed in another video, but basically, I'm going to get rid of this filter now. So basically, if I wanted to do the no high school diploma rate, I would just calculate an equal sign. That tells me I'm going to do a formula. And then I'd have number without a high school diploma divided by total number in the county, and then press enter. This gives me a rate, and if I drag this down all the way to the bottom, that formula will update for the entire column. I like percents a little better than proportions for something like this. So I'm going to click on L to highlight the entire column, format, number, and I'm going to go down to this percent, and that'll tell me the rate in each county that has no high school diploma. So ideally that number would be low. That would mean there's only a small portion of the population without a high school diploma. We could look for larger numbers. That's more concerning. A larger portion of the population doesn't have a high school diploma. So even though, let's check that Cameron. So this one is fairly high. 15% of Cameron doesn't have a high school diploma. And you can continue to explore some of that data, look at interesting questions. Where does the county that you're in fall relative to other counties?